Hey guys, it's Mr. Dugal, and today we're going to talk about Slope's twin brother, and his name is the constant of proportionality. And when you think about the constant of proportionality, I want you to think about this twin as the fancy twin, because it really is just the same as slope. Sometimes it's written as y equals kx plus b, where k is our constant of proportionality. And it just means the same thing. It's just written as a different term. Really, though, the constant proportionality has a different aim than the slope. And its aim is to get you to realize that slope really is unit rate. When you think about slope being rise over run, what it really wants you to think about is how much it's rising per every one that it's running. So if unit rate is how much of one something is, constant of proportionality is getting you to think about how much it's rising per every one. So this is pretty simple, right? If we have an equation like y equals 3x plus 4, because the answer is, well, it's rising 3 for every one it's running. So the unit rate k is 3. The only time this is a bit confusing is if we have something like y equals 3/5 x minus 2, right? This tells us that we're rising 3 for every 5 that it's running. But that's not a unit rate. How many is it rising for every one that it's running? When you think about how could you figure that out? The simple way to figure this out is to actually just turn the fraction into a decimal. Because 3 divided by 5 would get us 0.6. In this case, it turns out that it's 0.6x minus 2. Which means that the run is now 1. This means that we're growing 0.6 for every one that we're running. So that's really it with constant of proportionality. It's slope's fancy twin brother, and the reason it even exists at all, the reason that we refer to it a little bit differently than slope, is for examples like this one right here. Because with slope, when we graph, it's a little easier to actually keep as y equals 3/5 x minus 2, because it's easy on a graph to rise 3 and run 5. But in terms of its unit rate, this is more the direction that we're going with the constant of proportionality. So hopefully this introduction to constant of proportionality helps you moving forward. Thanks so much for your time.